Good news, good news, good news from CNBC. Cisco stock pops by 15% on surging AI orders. As company says, it's cutting almost 4,000 jobs. You gotta focus on what you're told to focus on. This is good news for Cisco. Stock is up by 15%. It's all blue skies from here. You know, unless you're being fired. But we don't want to focus on the people that are being fired. Well, they don't want to focus on the people being fired. I want to focus on the people being fired because for some reason it gets me a very good CPM because that is how the modern world works. So yeah, the bloodbath going on in the tech world is just simply getting worse and worse, right? We have Block layoff, half their staff, over 4,000 people. We had Cloudflare dump 1,100 people. GM is dumping employees. Oracle is dumping 30,000 employees. It's just back to back. LinkedIn, literally, I just did a video 20 minutes ago as part of the queue of LinkedIn getting rid of 5% of their staff. It is just day after day after day of these big tech companies dumping employees, not by the onesie twosies, not by the dozensies, not even by the hundreds. Most of the time by the thousands, and way too often by the tens of thousands. And this is just the tech world we are in right now. So Cisco shares soared 15% after the networking company issued results and guidance that topped Wall Street's projections on Wednesday after the bell. So results and guidance are above Wall Street projections. The stock is up 15%, and the company said it's cutting its workforce this quarter by fewer than 4,000 jobs, representing less than 5% of the total employees. So they'll be firing 3,999 employees, basically right there. CEO Chuck Robbins wrote in a blog post on Wednesday that the latest round of job cuts will begin on May 14th. Cisco is the latest company to announce the headcount reductions tied to AI. Quote, the companies that will win in the AI era will be those with focus, urgency, and the discipline to continuously shift investment toward the areas where demand and long-term value creation are strongest, Robbins said. I'm confident Cisco will be one of those winners. This means making hard decisions about where we invest, how we're organized, and how our cost structure reflects the opportunity in front of us. So yeah, basically they're reorganizing, or as I've said way too many times the past week or two, essentially they're right sizing. I think right sizing is one of my buzzwords, my set of buzzwords for the next couple of months, because I think that's basically what these companies are doing. The idea that this is all AI related is just a joke at this point in time, especially when you're laying off so many people. This isn't getting rid of people through attrition, right? So the idea should be with artificial intelligence, you're getting rid of people through attrition, or again, through onesie twosies, right? You have departments, you deploy new products into departments, they make them more efficient. You have 20 people in a department, you get rid of 2. Maybe those 2 quit to go get different jobs. Maybe they get laid off, or maybe they do something else. They quit or whatever. Maybe they get fired, right? But again, it's a rather small bringing things down. What you start seeing with these companies, though, is that when they're just laying off thousands of people at a time, they are just dumping folks. And it's very curious with this round of layoffs, having seen big financial issues in the past, is that this isn't how it was in the past. Like before, when these big companies would get rid of employees, they would shut down an office. So they would be like, look, we have a St. Louis office and we are going to shut down that office. So all the employees in that office are going to get fired, right? And that makes sense. That makes sense. Or basically synergy, right? There'd be mergers and acquisitions. Basically, 2 companies would merge. There would be redundancies, right? So if each company had a secretary, you come together as one company, you only need 1 secretary, right? That's basically you'll get rid of people through redundancies and that type of thing. And that's kind of what we've seen in the financial crises in the past, is that type of stuff going on. That makes makes sense. You can argue with it one way or the other, but overall, intellectually, it makes sense. What's curious about these technology companies dumping just thousands of people at a shot is that's not what we're seeing, right? We're not having the auto attendant moment. I talk about the auto attendants, you know, you pick up the phone, you call someplace, and it's, you know, press 1 for service, press 2 for sales, right? That's an auto attendant, right? I remember when I used to sell those, and those were great, right? You sell a $4,000 auto attendant to a business, and they literally eliminate a full-time receptionist. They don't just eliminate a full-time receptionist, they may eliminate a pool of receptionists, right? Because why? Like, if you have an auto attendant, you literally don't need receptionists anymore. What I really want you to understand with this whole AI revolution is we're not seeing that. We're not seeing the auto attendant moment where this technology makes these employees truly irrelevant. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing the mergers and acquisition moments where you have redundancy. You just have too many people doing the exact same jobs, so they get dumped. Right? We're not seeing an office close down or a branch close down. And that's why however many people in that office and branch, that's why they're getting fired. What we're seeing with these companies, I talked about this with Block, where Block got rid of, they just got rid of half of their employees to quote unquote invest in AI, whatever the hell that means. You see Oracle. Oracle is getting rid of 30,000 employees just so they can free up enough financial assets so that they can fund their data center build-outs. Like when you look at the idiocy of these layoffs, it's just an entirely different world than what we saw before, which is curious. Again, it's curious. I wonder how this is all going to work out at the end of the day, and I wonder how much worse it's going to get. We're not to the end of the beginning of the stupidity. To be clear, when you hear all of this, my other set of buzzwords I'm going to keep ramming into your head is basically right now these companies are right-sizing for a good economic environment. And to be clear, we're not in a good economic environment. So once all this right-sizing is done, maybe by the end of this year, then we're going to have the next set of right-sizing happening to actually get these companies to be where they need to be. And then about that time, we're going to see the AI fraud finally falling in on itself. And then everything's going to go boom. Everything's going to go boom. So anyways, yeah, there we go. Cisco is getting rid of another 4,000. It is kind of funny with this. You know, there's a whole, U.S. versus AI or versus China AI war going on. And you notice how Huawei keeps growing and growing and growing, and Cisco keeps laying people off and laying people off and laying people off. This is, I don't know, how many rounds of laying thousands of people off has Cisco done in the past number of years? I just don't feel like the whole anti-China war is really going very, very well for us in the United States. But anyways, those are my thoughts. We are at the 8-minute mark. We're at the 8-minute mark, so I can actually show you some technology. Let me show you some cool technology. So we're gonna go out here. So my little Picos, I've been showing you Picos. So these are microcontrollers. I got a solar panel for my Pico. Look at this. Hopefully it's still working. See, so basically, I have my Pico connected to a DHT11. This is a digital temperature and humidity sensor. It is connected to the solar panel, and I have what's called an I2C screen. And so basically, this allows me to output onto this LCD screen. It's locked up for the second. Here, let's see. Starting. Come on, start. Well, you can see that it's printing stuff out on the screen. It's supposed to be printing out the temperature and things. Come on. There we go. Maybe reboot. Oh, this is how it goes. Damn it. Come on. This was cool. Okay, so look. See, it turns off. So when I'm in the way of the sun, it turns off. Now I give it some power. Oh, this was working well before. Okay, there we go. Ah, there we go. See, temperature and humidity. So it's 75 degrees with 27 degrees humidity. And this is all self-contained with a solar panel. There is something weird going on with this, with the amount of power coming in from the solar panel. It's supposed to be 5 volts, but I think when in bright sun, maybe more than 5 volts come in. Because you can see like in order to get it to work properly, I actually have to shield it a bit, which is kind of weird.
Anyway, look, I'm just showing you technology. I'm not saying it's great technology. I'm just showing you technology. Anyways, so there you go. There is a little bit of actual technology for you and kind of cool stuff you can do with these microcontrollers. Do you remember with this microcontroller? So you can connect sensors to it, you can connect screens to it, you can connect to a solar panel. Also, do you remember as a full Wi-Fi stack, it also has a full Bluetooth stack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to, I'm going to have a temperature sensor on it. I'm also going to have a soil moisture sensor and a couple of other sensors on there. I'm then going to have it communicate back to a server in my house. So basically I'll put this out in the yard, and then every minute or so it will send the values to the house. That will get recorded into a database, and then I can track temperature and all that kind of stuff over time. So that's the kind of thing that you can do with these little microcontrollers, and they're great. Again, without headers, they're $5 a piece. Buy them with pre-soldered headers. It'll cost you $8 a piece. But for $8 a piece, this is kind of the stuff that you can do. Oh, Lordy, which I think is kind of cool. So there you go. Oh, look, not only did I give you technology. See, I snuck in some technology into this video, but I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you something no other tech influencer is going to show you. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. It's called grass. It's that just. When was the last time you just touched a little grass? What happens when you get down the grass? You just kind of roll in the grass. Anyways, if you wanted sanity, did this thing flip around? I don't know what it's doing. Where are we at? If you wanted sanity, you're watching the wrong videos. If you do like these episodes, do remember they are on Spotify and on Apple Podcast. Link is down in the doobly-doo. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, where every once in a while, I'll give you some pictures of grass. There is also a link down there. With that, see y'all later.